When you're asleep, they're just getting started. John Romano, Dave Palumbo, After Hours. Welcome back to another edition of After Hours. What a crazy week we're having. I'm joined today by John Romano and back by popular demand, Jimmy the Bull. Jimmy, you turn your back on us? What's going on? What has he got, a fumigation mask on?
Yeah, he's safe now.
Yeah, I don't think he even knows that we're even recording.
Yeah, I guess
maybe he thinks we're going to infect him through the computer or something like that.
He's waiting for us to go live.
We're live, Jimmy.
Jimmy, we're live.
You know, I could have streamed this live to YouTube, but I was afraid what Jimmy might say.
Yeah, it's probably a wise decision to put it.
I think they might demonetize us.
Yeah,
Jimmy, are you joining the show?
Good-looking program.
Would you look at what's in the backdrop there, John? He's got a picture of himself at the metrics with the poster, and then he's got Jesus Christ there to the left of him.
Why won't he turn around? What the fuck?
Maybe he thinks we're going to infect him with coronavirus or something.
All right, so just leave him there.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Well, this whole Corona thing is engulfing the world as we speak. It's even affected the bull.
He's got kitchen mitts on, like those things have probably got more bacteria in them from the last 25 years that he's had them. They probably have coronavirus times 10 in there.
The raw chop meat is solidified in there. We're making meatballs.
George Carlin, by the way, did a great skit that Cito sent me about how back in the day they used to swim in the East River. It was like sewage in there. He goes, we never got sick, he said, because our immune systems were so heightened from that.
Right.
Everyone gets sick nowadays, he said, because they're a bunch of pussies. Everyone's washing their hands too many times. He goes, I don't wash my hands every time I go to the bathroom. Only if I absolutely need it. Maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, Yeah.
When we were kids, come on, we put everything. Kids put everything in their mouths. Yeah. So there's definitely a big immune. A lot of immunity for what we are able to tolerate out there. But for older people, younger, sick people, it's not so much. And this thing is tearing them up. So. I don't know. I think the country in and of itself, the world is going a little bit overboard, with this containment crisis they're waging. Certainly other diseases we've lived through have come and gone and not required this degree of, forcing people to cancel their weddings and stay in your state. And,
well, why do you think they're doing this, John?
I think it's twofold. I think one is that there has been just an awful lot of misinformation spread by the media and exaggerated, doom and gloom and trying to make this political. And that has created, erratic behavior. This thing of causing people to get so afraid that they need to hoard toilet paper is so ridiculous, especially when you look around you and you see that it's just the toilet paper, the paper towels, the napkins, the Kleenex. That's all still there, like untouched.
The paper towels are gone, John, too.
No, well, probably I don't know about there, but here.
Oh, here, yeah, because I put all my snakes on paper towels, and I'm panicking now. I have a lot in reserve, but not that much. So, like, I need the paper towels. But that Amazon hired 100,000 people or something like that since this crisis
struck. Take care of the toilet paper orders.
Well, yeah, because they're going to take over now. Well, they're going to put these retail outlets out of business.
Go out, right? Yeah. No one's going to go out, so everybody's going to shop online. Yeah. Everybody's going to be doing everything online now. The internet's probably going to break. Schools are going to be taught online now. People are shopping online. They're working online. Yeah, this is going to be a tremendous crunch to bandwidth. There's a whole bunch of potential problems that can arise out of this. The least of which is, our discomfort. But You got to worry about the old people. You know, we don't want them dying in droves. But you know, this is something that we got to pay attention to. But I just think the degree to which we're trying to protect ourselves is just a little bit overboard.
You ready to join us yet, Jimmy? No.
To see it, you get guys doing that. And he's making a joke about it, but see, that's for real. That's why that's funny. It's because people are really doing that.
What do you mean I'm making a joke?
Who are you protecting yourself from over the computer?
Do I look like I'm fucking joking?
Yes, actually.
No, I'm not joking, man.
If you would have had like real gloves on, I might have bought into it, but you have kitchen mitts on.
That's all I got. You can't get the gloves anymore. That's it. They wipe everything out in the fucking stores, these fucking people.
And if you weren't gonna,
I got a fucking roll of toilet paper.
You should sell it on eBay.
That's all I got left of my paper towels.
All right, you better start using. Is there anything wrong with using regular towels?
And I got my fucking hand sanitizer.
It's bad for the septic system.
No, right? No, I mean, like regular towels
regular,
you can wash in a washing machine after.
Like beach towels.
Yeah.
Remember when we were little babies in diapers? They were cloth diapers.
Yeah, they didn't have disposables.
Yeah, they just washed them. Feces comes rather clean in water.
Yeah. The funny, this is funny. A friend of mine, Jordan, he's training for a powerlifting meet. So he had to find a gym. Now, all the gyms in New York are closed. Bev's closed. Bev's is closed. Everything's closed, right? Well, there's one gym, I'm not going to say where it is. It's still open. So my friend Jordan finds it. He goes there. And who is on the treadmill there? Kai Green. Nowhere near where Kai lives, by the way.
Right.
I got Kai did a little message to the RxMuscle community. I posted it on the site. But
awesome.
How funny. You walk into a gym of all people, Kai Green's like there. Figures he finds the one gym that's open, right?
He came to my gym in Mexico. They asked me to open the gym at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. And I said, yeah, no problem.
It's like someone must send out Morse code to like the top bodybuilders and let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you ready to join us? I can't get used to the glasses, though.
You're making the audience nauseous with all this moving around.
I know. You can keep the glasses on. You can keep them on.
All I see is like blur,
You're drinking beers at 1:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah. I'm not working.
It's after hours.
That's right. It's technically right. It's technically 1 in the morning, right?
It's actually going on 2 o'clock. So,
I thought you're not supposed to start drinking till 5. Whoever made that rule up, John? Anyway,
I don't know, but if you look at the globe, it's somewhere. It's 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah,
so all the time. So it's somewhere.
It's all bullshit, man.
It's all bullshit.
Now, Jimmy, you told me you've had a couple bad days. What's going on over there?
Well, I went to King Cullen the other night. And
King Cullen is a supermarket for those of you who don't know.
Yeah,
that don't live in Long Island.
I don't know. Is that the only place King Cullen is at?
I don't know. They have Publix down here in Florida. I don't know what they have where John is.
Oh, yeah. They got Winn-Dixie and Publix down there, right?
Yeah.
What do they got by you, John?
They Publix and Food Lion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so anyway, I was in King Cullen, and they didn't have toilet paper. Not that I'm a toilet paper fucking nut. I really don't understand the toilet paper thing, right?
Right.
So I go to King Cullen. I got a few rolls here. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Hold on. Let me stop you for a second, Jimmy. Someone's making a lot of noise. Is that you, John? All right. Stop fidgeting with the phone.
Me.
All right. Go ahead, Jimmy.
So I go to King Cullen, and I see 3 open boxes of Scotty towels. The toilet paper. These jars, the ones I use, right?
Right.
So I see them open. I go, oh wow, because everything's wiped out. I'm like, oh wow, look at this, 3 open boxes of fucking toilet paper, so I scoff up 6 rolls, throw in my wing. So I'm going down the aisle, and all of a sudden one of the employees comes over. He goes, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? I says, I'm shopping. He goes, no, with the toilet paper. I says, well, I'm probably gonna end up wiping my ass with them. What are you asking me? I don't know what you're asking me. What do you mean? What am I doing with it? He goes, well, you only allowed 3 rolls per customer. 3 rolls per customer. I said, so you want me to put 3 rolls back? He says, yeah. I saw this is unbelievable. I had to go back and I had to throw 3 rolls back in the fucking bar. You believe this shit?
You're lucky they had any toilet paper.
I started yelling and saying this is all bullshit. This is a political fucking move that they're doing here. None of this is fucking real because I don't know anybody that got the fucking shit. You know, and it's just they're shutting the. I mean, AIDS kills more people every year than this bull. You know, the flu kills more people. You know, How about when Ebola came out? How about when SARS came out? How about they didn't do any of this shit? They're doing it now. Why?
Well, John, I sent you a video. Did you watch that video about the whole thing about China perpetrating the whole thing? You believe that?
Yes. I don't fall for any of that, for these conspiracy theories. Although you could, I mean, if you were gonna, you know, toy with the idea, you know, not intending anything serious, you could say, looking back at China's economy over the last couple of years, it's been taking a beating, and you know, if they could find a way to bring the world to its knees, drive markets down, they could buy up the remnants of everything, and then, you know, enjoy the rebound, and then make tons and tons and tons of money and repair their economy.
Right.
You know, one of the biggest drains on an economy is taking care of old people. Mm-hmm. You know, there's almost 2 billion people in China. Quite a few of them are elderly and have been, you know, a drain on the system. So create a virus that gets rid of all the old people, which is what this is. And then you lessen the drain on the economy. The scare creates a global pandemic, drives the markets down everywhere across the world. You move in and when you know the thing is over, buy up everything at the low price. When everything rebounds, you make tons of money, replenish the economy, and you got no old people to take care of.
That's right.
I mean, if you were just gonna, you know, toy with
John, if I didn't know any better, I would say you started the fucking disease. Heard the Chinese are buying up all the stock. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's what he was just suggesting.
It's done going down. It's exactly what's happening.
And who supplies all the medical supplies to the United States?
Yeah, you know, that's another thing that, you know, we need to stop. I mean, China, we get all of our antibiotics from China. We get all our vaccines from China. Right. We get all our insulin from China. What a way to kill 100 million Americans. Just stop sending antibiotics and insulin. You wipe out a third of the people without firing a shot.
How greedy are these fucking drug companies? I mean, they're making, you know, trillions of dollars a year with the drugs, right?
And they got to go outsource it to China, right? Exactly.
And then they got to buy their raw materials from China.
I mean, how greedy can you be?
Right.
Pretty greedy. They're yeah. The pharmaceutical industry is notorious for doing this kind of shit. But look at the predicament we're in. We are at the mercy of an enemy. They can in one day absolutely destroy America by shutting off the stream of necessary medications that we get 100% from there. The drug companies want to start making money. They better start making this shit here at home, because if not, there's not going to be anybody left to buy it from them.
Well, this is a good wake-up call. I think that's what it amounts to.
I think so. I hope so.
And Jimmy, I have a solution to your to your toilet paper issue. I'm sending you some Fiberlize. You use Fiberlize twice a day. You only need one. I did a video on it. You only need 1 square of that Scott tissue to wipe your butt. That's it.
Really?
You'll become a much more efficient wiper. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You know, that's one of the best advantages. One of the greatest advantages of Fiberlize is the economy of toilet paper. I mean,
we don't go through a lot of toilet paper in my house.
It reminds me of the scene. Every time I take a dump on Fiberlize, I always remember that scene from South Park where Kyle's father was you know, just saving up this giant turd who's going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, and when he finally he's been cultivating it for weeks, and he's got sonogram and he's visiting it, you know, and then finally he sits on the bowl in an audience, and they're going to take Guinness Book of World Records. He's going to take this record dump, right? And he starts pushing it out, and he like spins all the way up into the top of his giant turd. That's what it feels like when you take a dump on Fiberlize. You poop a freaking mountain. You don't need any freaking toilet paper. How do you
That's
do
right.
that, Dave? What do you put in there that dries up?
Well,
the
it just
toilet paper?
it gets everything out. The only reason you need toilet paper is when you pinch it off a little bit and it's still some hanging out of your butt. You're wiping off the pinched off stuff. If it all comes out, then you just need to dab your butt a little bit. That's it.
So technically, you're reverting us back to the animal kingdom because
That's right.
the dogs don't have to wipe their.
That's
butt.
right.
They just pinch it off,
Exactly.
and boom, it falls off. Because
Well, they just drag their ass on the carpet. And it's
No, that's your dogs because your
Maybe
dogs
your
don't
dog.
eat a high fiber diet.
my dogs eat. I cook for them. They eat their own.
They probably eat better than we do.
High protein diet.
Jimmy's
raw diet.
Jimmy's animals piss on his fucking bed, right, Jimmy?
They piss on my bed. They shit on my floor.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that kid you kicked out anyway?
I don't know, man. I heard he lost his job.
Really? It's a good thing you got rid of him.
Yeah, and now he's doing like Uber Eats or some shit.
Oh, thank God you got rid of him.
Uber Eats is going to be doing knockout business.
Oh my God, they're gonna be killing it.
Yeah.
Walmart, Amazon, and Uber is gonna be king of the mountain.
Yep.
You know, we have to send out a couple prayers for our good friend Gregg Valentino, who's getting the surgery today. I think right on his throat.
Right now, as we speak,
Yeah.
he's under the knife. He's splayed open like a fish right now.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to be good. And knowing Greg, he'll be back next week. Even though the doctor will probably tell him to take it easy, but he'll
He's
still
probably pissed we're doing the show now.
Oh, absolutely is.
We in 2 or 3 hours he'd probably be on it. He'd be able to do it.
You know, I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember when Pete Scalise came out with that drink Slam, the Slam shots? They were vodka shots, but they were carb and calorie free, or not calorie free, but carb free. Remember they used to have the Slam girls that would come to the studio and we would drink the Slam shots, Jimmy?
Oh yeah.
Remember how good those things were? Wasn't that a great idea?
It was a great idea. What happened to it?
I don't know. All Pete's great ideas always go down the toilet for some reason. He's just not good at marketing them.
But doesn't anybody just copy him and do it anyway?
I don't know why no one ever came out and copied them. They were the greatest alcoholic shots of all time. Jimmy was like, remember he used to get wrecked on those things.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, some all the great ideas went out the window.
What was Jimmy's idea with the cock thing?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I had a fucking dream about that last night.
What was it called? The cock something or another? The cock sock?
I still might look into it.
Was it the cock sock? What was it, Jimmy?
Yeah. Well, it was a condom, but it had an extended cock head on the end. And it was a latex cock head. So I was going to sell it in China, actually, because
the Chinese could have made it for you, for sure.
They have very small penises. So I was going to actually market it over there first.
If you would have done that, they might not have infected us with coronavirus. If you would have done that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They might be feeling inadequate, like the Napoleon complex type of thing, you know?
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still looking into it. I'm still actually, launch it, you know? Give them a bigger penis. I was actually thinking about even putting a little bit of a vibrator in the tip of the cock, so when they give their old lady pleasure, they could have a little added, excitement with the vibrator. You know.
Listen how graphic he is about everything else, and then he says, when you're giving your lady pleasure."
I just got a phone call.
Anyway,
so I lost my vibe.
What'd you lose?
Let me put my headset on.
Hold on, Jimmy. I think you might be out of business, Jimmy. Hold on a second. Look at this. Look what I found. Hold on. Look at that, Jimmy.
oh my God.
I think someone beat you to the punch. You lost it again. You waited too long. You waited too long. It's called the Shekwu reusable penis sleeve extender. Clear silicone extension sex toy.
Oh man.
Cock enlarger, it says here.
Now. I lost my.
Can you believe on Amazon, John, it says cock enlarger? How funny is that? On Amazon.com, it says cock enlarger. Did I lose you guys? I think I lost everyone. That sucks. I'm here by myself looking at a condom that extends penises. Maybe they'll rejoin me. You know, during this time of, I guess you could say, drought, because that's really what it is for us bodybuilders, right? You can't get to the gym, it's a drought. The food is available. I mean, people complain, I can't find all the food I want, but there's food. There's protein powders you can use. Oh, here's John. I'm doing a rant, John. And I was talking about how in this time of drought, really, there's no drought for food. There's really just a drought for the gym. What do you could do a lot of stuff at home. You could do pull-ups. You could do push-ups. You could do dips. You can do lunges, walking lunges. Sometimes I think you can reteach yourself how to work out better when you're forced to like be innovative and creative, don't you think? You gonna talk, John, or no? I don't hear you. Your audio's off.
Not me.
Oh, nice. What happened to you guys?
I don't fucking know this fucking thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I miss the days when I was sitting in the fucking studio doing my thing over here.
I know. I can't hear. We can't hear John,
look,
though,
John's
unfortunately. He'll have to sign it.
With John, he's gone.
All right, let me ask you this, Jimmy. You're not working right now, right?
Right.
So you're home. What do you do all day at home? The gym's not open, so you can't go to the gym. What are you doing with yourself? I mean, obviously you're drinking, but what else are you doing?
Well, I had to do some running around today. I had to, go to the bank and, pick up, some things at the store.
Do you notice that people are avoiding staying away from you, like keeping the distance from you?
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I had to stop. Not last week, I had to stop at the office to go see my boss and, see about work.
Yeah.
And, one of the foremen was there. I haven't seen him in a long time. So I said, "Hey, Georgie, what's up, brother?" I put my hand out to shake his fucking hand. He gives me the fucking, and I'm like, so I gave him the elbow, and I'm like, "How many rolls of toilet paper you got at your fucking house? You must be one of those fucking people, I personally, I half believe this whole thing, Dave. I really do. I think there's some other kind of agenda behind it.
I do too. I think they've done this so that we would give up all our personal rights. Do you see how easily everyone has completely given up every right we have? They've just accepted it.
I was just saying that the other day. I said
we're like sheep.
Listen, that's exactly what I said. I said, do you see how easy it is for these people to just put something on the TV and put the whole world in a panic? I mean, we don't even really know how authentic it really is. I
haven't seen one person on social media, like on YouTube, who has like a channel that's talking about how sick they are from coronavirus. Have you?
No.
You would think there would be 4 million blogs from all these sick people talking about how they feel in the virus. I don't see any.
I don't either. My cousin asked me last night.
Who's sick?
I went out to dinner last night because it was supposed to be like the last supper between all of us,
Right.
So we went out to Spontino's. This is in a little Italian restaurant down the street. And my cousin said, "When are you going to take this serious?" Because I laugh and joke, because you see I had the mask on. I think it's a fucking joke. So I said, when I'm going to take it serious? When I see people walking around like the fucking Walking Dead in the street, like fucking zombies bleeding from their fucking eyes and their mouth, and I'm looking at this from my house window.
Right.
That's when I'm going to fucking take it serious.
Yeah.
Not because they put the statistics on the TV and they show red dots all over the United States.
Look,
like,
if there was a hurricane, right, and people lost their home, wouldn't you see people on their YouTube channels and Instagram talking about how terrible it is, showing the home, showing the decimation, right?
Everybody.
How come there's no one doing a blog trying to cash in on that on YouTube or on Instagram, documenting their case of coronavirus? It's just not out there. There's the one guy who was on the cruise who's talking about, and he was quarantined, and he looks like he's in perfect health. He's like perfectly healthy. He's dancing on the fucking videos. I haven't seen anyone. That to me is very suspicious.
Dave, this is what listen, I know I clown around a lot and I do a lot of shit, like, but I'll be honest with you, really at this point in time where we are, I have my doubts about this whole thing. And I'm really
too.
I do. And
my wife Amanda thinks I'm crazy, but I do.
It started when Trump, and I'm not taking sides, Democrat or Republican, but it started when Trump put the sanctions, did that shit with China in January, and that's when this shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have my doubts, man. I mean, I really do. I mean, and look at what they're doing, man. They're going like, I mean, you can't even go. The restaurants and the bars, everything closed.
I know.
And now the gym. I mean, really? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's pretty soon there's going to be a curfew. You won't be able to go out, and pretty soon you won't be able to talk on your cell phone. Pretty soon, we won't have any rights. Pretty soon.
Well, that's my fear. So my fear is that they're going to start closing the banks. We won't be able to, get our money. They're going to maybe shut the phones down. It's as after the curfew.
What about these businesses? How are these businesses supposed to stay in business and pay their bills and their rent and all this stuff if they can't open for, to serve the public?
Well,
why would they want to collapse the economy? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Unless there's another agenda.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's where I'm at. Like people, I think out of the box with a lot of things, and people are like, "Oh, Jimmy, you're a conspiracy." No, I'm not. I don't believe in everything I'm told. I like to research stuff for myself. Yeah. I'm not going to just because science said this or the TV showed me something doesn't mean I'm going to believe it 100%.
Yeah, you should question everything. I always said that.
Absolutely. So I really, to me, this does not sit right with me. I feel there's something else going on because this whole thing does not sit right with me.
Smells fishy to me, yeah, too.
Absolutely.
Because I know people love to chronicle their illness. You know that. People love to talk about when they're sick. And there's nothing wrong with that because people can relate to that. And I think it's cathartic in a sense when you see someone else talking about what they're going through with cancer and stuff like that. But I don't see any of that documented anywhere on social media. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe no one's sick. Maybe no one actually has any terrible symptoms. Yeah, people die every day of flu and influenza. The couple of deaths we're seeing might just be from just normal viral, death that you get, from old people getting respiratory illness and dying. But I don't see this wiping people out, like you said. There's no zombie apocalypse for sure.
Well, this is right. So this is my point. My point is, I don't see an apocalypse zombies in the street, people, laying over the hood of their cars at the supermarket.
I thought John I thought John got kidnapped by a zombie. He'd been disappeared for the last 10 minutes. Would you have to take a shit or something with? You run out of toilet paper?
I had to restart my phone because of this fabulous program you have. Just ate up my capacity to work. I don't know.
John tried to go pick up some toilet paper. He saw some. You know how they have the ice cream man, Jimmy. The ice cream man's selling toilet paper now under the table.
No, the drug dealers are. Yeah. The drug dealers are on the corner.
If you buy a bag of weed, you get a toilet paper roll with it.
No, you buy the toilet paper, you get a dime.
Oh, you get a bag of weed with it. I got you. Yeah.
John,
what?
I love the windows in the back, bro.
Thank you.
You could have been down there helping him with that if you would have freaking left.
Yeah, did you do that, or the house came like that?
Well, they were here, but I redid them.
Nice.
So the end of the house used to be here.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
So I made this a room. It used to be a porch.
That's a beautiful room, man.
It ain't bad.
Jimmy, you were supposed to be down there working with John.
Yeah, you were supposed to be down here.
Well, I was, but then he ended up selling the company. I don't know.
Well, because he didn't have you to help him. That's why he sold the company. He didn't want to do it himself.
I needed help.
I was gonna come down. I love doing carpentry and all that shit.
Well, what happened to you?
I love that.
Okay. Huh? I told him I got a house across the street. I got to redo I got to put an addition on. Okay. I told him it's a 2-month job. You come down here, you live in my guest room. I'll cook for you. You got a place to stay, food in your stomach. Job literally across the street. Literally across the street.
What's wrong with you, Jimmy?
And he wouldn't come down.
You need psychological help. What's going on with you?
I got problems, man.
You're like a 90. You act like you're 100 years old.
Listen, he told me he was building playhouses.
Are you taking your blood pressure?
I do that too.
He shifted from extensions and dormers to playhouses.
No, I added them. In fact, wise guy, during the downtimes, you were going to be throwing those playhouses together, making $500 a pop, and they take you about 4 hours to do.
Actually,
I wanted to come down and do that.
Yeah,
well, John, you know what? You would have.
You want me to bring the camera into the guest room to prove to you it's empty?
John, you know what the truth is? You could have given Jimmy the whole business. He would have taken over the whole business from you if you would.
He would be right now because I'm working for Gaspari. He would be handling. Instead. I had to close the construction company because I got nobody I trust.
You would have been in
doing to take it over.
You would have been making 6 figures a year, just organizing and telling people what to do.
Yep.
So this is my blood pressure, Dave.
it should be nice and low now.
That's high.
Yeah, because
You better get on some medication.
That's high, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
borderline high.
It goes down, though.
When? You're supposed to be relaxed now. You're doing a show.
Nah, it fluctuates. You know,
You're
like,
drinking beers.
like,
I mean, what is it without the beers?
it goes down like 126 over
Oh,
like
It
76.
should go up when you go off the beers.
It's this apocalypse. It's got my blood pressure up. This whole bullshit.
Apocalypse. Ah, look at the
Ah,
little
look at the
pooch.
dog. Was that a boxer?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Two.
Oh, you got two of them.
That's his kids.
That's right. Those are the children.
That's nice.
Children of the
How
corn.
much, John? How much property you got back there? You got a lot of property back there?
I got 2.5 acres.
It's nice.
Two and
Yeah.
a half.
See, I got a stream. You see the stream?
That's like my backyard. It's just like that, John.
And see, I got the pool down here. I'll open a window.
Mine too. And Jimmy's living in a cement shack.
See?
Yeah.
I'm building. See, I'm building the decks now, Jimmy. See that? See, I'm framing that one in.
What is that back there? You're framing the deck?
I got a deck over there, and I got another one. I got another one over here. I'm building.
Let me
Outside
see.
side. It's almost.
So let me ask you a question, Jimmy. You're not working out, obviously, right? The gym's you don't have any friends that have a gym that will let you in?
I wish. Well, I gotta call Joe Lavodi over here at the Gym 30. I gotta see what's going on over
Does
there.
he still own that gym?
Yeah. It's a nice hardcore gym, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Let me see the deck, John. What happened?
I was just out there.
I help
I
us.
only saw I saw like the end part where you didn't finish.
Yeah, I'm not because I had orders. I needed 14 footers.
Joe Lavodi's son texts me all the time.
Because they got to go all the way down
Oh, Joe,
over there.
Have you seen him?
Oh yeah.
He looks
You're
good.
wrapping it around the house?
See, and the stairs are going to go down there to a landing and then go that way to this. So
Nice, man.
See, you could own a house too, Jimmy, and be doing all this stuff. Instead, you're living in New York, giving everyone all your money away.
no, what pisses me
Yeah.
off?
Let me show you.
Here. This is
He's
where
pissing rent away.
All right, here, watch. We're gonna go into Jimmy's room that he's not living
Yeah.
in right now.
Yeah, watch. Look at my yard.
On the hallway. Let me turn the light on.
You don't own that
Okay.
property, though, Jimmy.
This would have been right here, Jimmy's room. Would have been it. Okay.
Look at that room you would have been sleeping in, Jimmy, with the
would've been-
ballerina on the
would've
wall.
been-
Let me see my room.
This is it. You would have
Wow.
been right in here.
What a nice room.
See,
Better than a
that was-
hotel room.
That was his room.
Wow.
The job was literally. Can you see it through to here?
You got to open the blinds up.
See that house over there?
Wow.
Yeah,
You could
that
have
was
walked
the
to
job.
work.
That was the job. Okay. So
You blew it, big man.
blew it.
Too many
Well,
opportunities
I-
blown.
Huh?
It's the story of my life.
He's paralyzed by fear, John.
But I don't know what the hell he's so afraid of. I was gonna take care of him like a kid till he got on his feet. He'd be running the business now. Instead, I had to freaking close.
20 years ago, he would have picked up and got on his bike and rode down there on a moment's notice. Now he's older now.
The
He's
Jimmy
very
I
skinny.
knew. The Jimmy I knew. The
Can you
one
see
that
this,
benches
Dave?
1,000 pounds.
What's
He
that?
was- Is that your report
What did
card?
you say?
What is that, Jimmy?
What, can you read it?
It's hard to see. The screen's not that big. Just tell us what it says. Paid in full. Oh, is that your you framed it?
This is my child support.
I know.
Came in the mail.
He puts it up like a diploma on his wall, John. Like he just graduated from college himself.
23. You want to know what fear is, John? 23 years.
You're done, though.
This.
You're done.
You're all
that just
done.
happened
You're finished.
a few weeks ago. 23 fucking years. Okay.
Well, you're fit. You now you're done. You can. Even more of a reason why you should have
That's
come
right.
down here.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? I have I screwed up today because my computer TV box kind of is broken, so we had to do it on here. I wanted to make sure we got the show done. I got a couple of interviews. I got someone else. I have Anthony Pasquale, believe it or not, waiting in my studio. Hopefully the computer is working now, and I'm going to record a little how to enhance your immunities on this SARMs week, I call it, on RxMuscle.com. Everything you want to know about SARMs. I keep saying SARMs. I don't know why. Everything you want to know about coronavirus this week on RxMuscle.com. You know, I talked to you guys taking zinc. Should be taking zinc.
Vitamin C,
I'm taking
vitamin
zinc.
E.
But
the key is to get the zinc in. You got to drink diet tonic water with it, John. 6 ounces.
Diet tonic water.
Tonic opens up the ionic pores and lets the ionophores and lets the zinc into the cell. Kills the coronavirus. Stops it from replicating. What?
Dave, you see what I did lately? Because I've been a little down, so I have to remind myself, who I was. So this is what I've been doing lately. Look,
I saw the picture on the wall.
Right, then I got
with the tied shirt.
I got all my.
That's good. That keeps you in a positive mood.
It keeps me going, man. You know what I mean?
Pack those things up in your trunk and drive down. Let's go.
I'm gonna be coming down shortly.
I know. You've been
saying
it for 3 years. He's been telling me that.
What? You shouldn't let him get away with that. He's full of shit.
I don't even care.
He's not going anywhere.
I don't care.
Going anywhere.
I'm enjoying the warm weather. He's the one freezing his ass off up in New York.
You just made me relive this whole horrible memory of the construction company, and now I'm fucking pissed off again. I was over it. I was completely over it. But now,
well, I thought you were doing fucking great with it. What do you mean?
What I thought. I fucking tell you exactly what's going on until you get in your fucking van and come down here with your fucking wheelbarrow and your tools and park it over here, move in the guest room. I was going to pay you 2 months worth of work. You could have gone back. Whatever. If you didn't like it, I told you. If you don't like it, leave. Just do this one job.
You know what, John? The reason why we have this coronavirus problem to begin with is because Jimmy made fun of all the Chinese people who drive. You remember he was saying how they can't drive?
It's karma.
We're getting us back for it.
Yes, we're getting.
I'm not taking
back.
that back either.
Yeah, because you said, John. I said, Jimmy, why do you think they can't drive? He said, because there's a stereotype. He said, because their eyes are too small. They can't see that well.
They can't drive. It's in their DNA. They just can't drive.
And they call me Archie Bunker. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you're Archie Bunker on steroids.
Oh boy. All right, let me run, guys. I love you, Jimmy. I love you, John. Love you, man. Stay safe, and we'll be back next week. Hopefully. Yeah, I know. We're sending out prayers to the Valentino family and to Greg, of course. We hope to see you back next week on the show. All right, as they say every week here on After Hours, if it ain't happening during the day, it's happening after hours. We'll see you next week, guys. Thank you, John. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Dave. Later, Jimmy.